So you're thinking about buying real estate in Hawaii and curious to know what makes our market so different than the rest of the country. Today, I'm breaking down 5 things that you really need to know before you jump into Hawaii's real estate market. Whether you're local or from the mainland, these things can catch buyers off guard. So if you know these things ahead of time, you're already ahead of the game. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood parts about Hawaii real estate: fee simple versus leasehold. In most places, when you buy a property, you own the land and the building. That's fee simple, and that's what most people are familiar with. But in Hawaii, we also have leasehold properties. And this is when you own the structure or the unit and you're leasing the land underneath it. And usually that's from a trust or a private landowner. Lease terms can vary, and when the lease ends, the land can be taken back by the owner. This can affect financing and also resale value. There are so many times a buyer reaches out to me from seeing a listing on Zillow and saying, that incredible single family home for $200,000, I'm interested in it, but they don't realize that it's actually a leasehold property, because most property websites do not have a subsection that distinguishes leasehold versus fee simple. And knowing this information, that's when they're no longer interested in the property. So before you fall in love with a property, always check to see if it's fee simple or leasehold. This can change your decision on the property. One of the things I love about Hawaii is how family focused we are. And this shows up in the way our homes are built and zoned. You'll see a lot of homes here built with what we call ohana units, basically separate living spaces for extended family, older kids, or even rental income. A lot of these homes were built with this in mind or added after the fact. Multi-generational living is super common here, and having that kind of space in this market can make a big difference and add value. Because we live on an island, we deal with some extra natural considerations, such as flood zones and tsunami evacuation zones. Depending on where you're living, you might need additional flood insurance that can affect your monthly costs. Some properties are located in tsunami evacuation zones. Doesn't mean you can't buy there. Some amazing oceanfront properties are located in these areas. It's just something to be aware of. Always ask your agent to pull a flood zone and tsunami map early in the process so there's no surprises while you're in escrow. This is a big one for buyers coming from the mainland, especially if you're used to low HOA fees. In Hawaii, monthly maintenance fees are often much higher, and in older buildings, they can range from $500 to $1,200 a month or even higher. And in luxury buildings like Waiea or Park Lane, you can be looking at $2,000 plus per month. But keep in mind, those fees usually include a lot, like sewer, water, trash, staff, and amenities like pool and gyms. It's not just about the cost, it's what you get for it. So make sure you're comparing both fees and services when you're looking at condos. Let's talk about unpermitted work, because it comes up a lot in Hawaii. Many older homes, especially single-family homes, have done additions over the years that weren't formally permitted. This could be an extra bedroom, a bathroom, or an enclosed lanai. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. And while most local buyers are used to it, appraisers generally can't give you a full market value for that enclosure, especially if you're using a conventional VA or FHA loan. It can affect your loan, the appraisal, and even the resale value. So always ask what's permitted and what's not. Those are 5 things that make Hawaii real estate very different, and we're just scratching the surface. In part 2, I'll share more quirks about buying real estate in Hawaii, such as jealousy windows, bugs, above ground electrical lines, and more. So hit the subscribe button and drop a comment if you've run into some of these things yourself. And if you're thinking about buying or selling on Oahu, feel free to reach out to myself and my team. Aloha.